This is the first of the meetings in which we, as a historical society, learn something about the clubs that provide the backbone of our organization. They have contributed to the archives in many ways, and so we thought it was a good idea if we find out something about those organizations which provide the basis and support for our activities. Today, we are going to hear from Irving Wasserman, who is representing the Video Club. This is one of the more important sources of information available in our archives. We have something more than 300 of their videos, and we hope to create a situation where people can come and see examples of this rare collection in our office in the future. Irving comes to us with a background in the movie industry, which is certainly, seems to me, excellent training for the needs of this office. He's a past president of the organization, and now we're very look forward to hearing something about that organization which has contributed so much to our archives. Irving?
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, Ken. I feel very honored to be asked to be the first speaker in the series of programs that the Historical Society has planned for the future. Now, I'm very proud to say that I am also a volunteer in Leisure World, doing what I find enjoyable, and that is being in the Video Producers Club. Many people have seen me today in different places all over Leisure World. And the video, I've been behind the camera at many of the clubs and churches around here. And but let me explain to you what the video producers do, because although you may see our programs on Channel 3 on your TV screen, you don't know what needs to be done before a program gets on your television screen. That is, you may not know what needs to be done, and maybe you don't even care, but I'm going to tell you about it anyway. Seal Beach Community Television is not only shown in Leisure World, but all over the city of Seal Beach and Sunset Beach. So it gets around. It's not only Leisure World. The office and studio is in downtown Seal Beach at 201 8th Street. Now that's where the studio is, and that's where the manager of Seal Beach Television Channel 3 is. But she never tells us what we have to videotape. She's a very fine lady, and her name is Robin Fortlake. All of our colleagues do their own thing. We're all independent of each other. We decide for ourselves what programs we want to take and what program we want to make a program of. So we have about 15 members in our club, but there are some members that are more active than others. And if we ever need any help to do a program, we need more than one person, maybe on camera, maybe someplace else. And we always have somebody to back us up. We can always ask somebody in our club to come and help us. So, for instance, here Claudine Young who is now videotaping this program. She does many interesting interviews with people that has interviews, and she makes a program out of that. Another member is Mary Apt, and she does flowers and people and different things in the Leisure World. Another one is Jason Rubenstein, and he likes nature stuff. He does birds and trees and fish and so on, and mountains. So that's what he does, which is very nice. And we all make programs out of that to put on Channel 3. Now, there's another couple here that has joined our club, Joe Osuna and his wife. Okay, they joined us about 2 years ago, and they're doing quite a bit of work now too. They work together taping programs that the Leisure World Theater Club puts on, and he writes scripts and produces shows and movies, and then he videotapes all that and edits it, puts it on Channel 3. We all have our own interests. That's what I've been trying to say here. We all decide for ourselves what interests us, and well, as for me, I have to know myself better than anybody else, I guess. So, as for me, for 20 years in the past, I've done many character parts in the motion pictures. And there, of course, I was in front of the camera. I did that until my wife and I moved to Leisure World, and then it became a little hard for me to go back and forth to Hollywood on the 405 freeway, and there was a lot of driving and so on. So, so I decided to quit the movies and become a producer here in Leisure World. So now not only was I in front of the camera there, I'm in the back of the camera this time. So I feel good about that, and I like videotaping a variety of programs that have paid professional entertainers, such as what the swim club puts on, the Masonic Family Club, the Pool and Billiards Club, and I've been requested to tape the Baptist Church Easter and Christmas programs. They put on some very fine programs, and I do that. I've been doing that for the past 4 or 5 years now. And also the new church outside the back gate, the Faith Christian Assembly programs. They put on some programs and want me to come and videotape them. The country gospel sandwich, for instance, and they've had Vern Jackson there singing. Anyway, I went there and I videotaped that, and I made programs out of that. So you might have seen my name at the end of a program many times on Channel 3, and we sure hope you watch Channel 3, by the way. It's a very good station. Very often we have some entertaining things. But after I videotape all these programs, then that's when my program, my work really begins, because that's when I have to start editing the program. Now, editing is well, let me tell you what that does. That takes out parts of the program that I don't want you to see and leaves in programs that I do want you to see. And sometimes even a half-hour show will take me maybe 4 hours to videotape, because then we have to look at every frame of that tape that we have and take out and put in what we want, and put in the name of the show at the beginning, my credits at the end. So it all takes a lot of time to do. Now that's what editing does. One more interesting program I'd like to tell you about that I do. That's for the Art League. They are artists, and they paint pictures. I mean, you've seen a lot of pictures out here in the hallway of our clubhouse 3 here. Why I say it's interesting is because, well, they have 60 members, and at their meetings every month, they invite a guest artist, not one of their own people, but even outside. They come and they paint in watercolors or oils and so on, and everybody's supposed to watch and see how they do it. But to have 60 people crowd around and back at somebody to watch what they're doing, it's kind of impossible. So that's where I come in. I take my video camera and I videotape what the artist is doing close up with her hands and paints or whatever, her palette. And at the same time I am putting it on videotape, I'm also projecting that on a big video screen in Clubhouse 4, so that everybody, all the whole audience, can sit back in their chairs and watch the screen and see how they're doing. And I think that's a pretty good trick to do, to project this, the image that I'm taping and put it on a channel on the screen. So I think that's kind of an interesting little trick that we can do. This month I produce another show all by myself called Make Us Laugh. Now, this month I've taped my 10th show. That'd be one every month is what I'm doing. And it's called Make Us Laugh because what I want to do is make people laugh and make them feel good. I think laughing makes anybody feel good. So if you listen to my jokes, or not only my jokes, other people's jokes, and we all get together and tell jokes, and we all listen to each other. We all have a good time listening to it. And the purpose of the show is to make people laugh. I hope some of you here today maybe will have one or two or three more jokes or something like that, and would like to come over to my show, and I tape it every month, and tell us 2 or 3 jokes, and I'll put you on television. So my phone number is in the Visual phone book, and you can give me a call if you want. I'll tell you where and when we're going to be doing that. And I think that would be very nice if some of you would do it. Now, after editing a program, we have to wait until the 15th of the month, or just before the 15th of the month, to bring these tapes to our manager in Channel 3 downtown, Robin Fortnigge, and so we do wait until the 15th of the month so that she can use the rest of the month to schedule all these programs for the following month to be shown on Channel 3. So that's what she does. The Video Producers Club also puts on a program every month down there, downtown studio, and we call that Inside Leisure World. We have many interesting interviews to do, and different programs we're putting on, and we're even planning a Christmas program for Christmas time to be shown in December. We're going to be putting on a program on Channel 3, and that should be a very joyful, happy thing to watch. In closing though, I'd like to say one more thing though. We have been told, being the Video Producers Club, have been told that we are eligible to move now. Moving our smaller room into a much, much larger room, which happens to be the room that the exercise room moved out of in Clubhouse 5, and they moved into Clubhouse 6, leaving that room empty. So now we are going to be moving into their room, which is more than twice as big as the room that we have. And we can use that not only for editing, but also we'll have another area that we can use for a studio, so that we can do our interviews or shows there, and Joe Osuna can do his movie productions there and so on, shooting different things there. So I think that'd be very nice once we move into that large area. They are now painting the whole place and getting it all ready for us to move in. So that'll come up sometime soon. So I think that's very good. I'd like to ask the audience here if you have any suggestions as to what kind of programs you'd like to see on Channel 3, and possibly have some questions that you might like to ask me right now. First of all, I'd like to thank the Historical Society for inviting me to be here to do the first interview of a series of programs that they're planning on putting on. And if you have any questions now, I'm open to questions. Anybody? Don't all crowd around here. Okay, yes, Jane?
I would be interested in something like holistic health. I realize that a lot of these seniors are taking a lot of medicine. And I just think that maybe if you could research holistic health, living right, thinking right. Jokes are a good thing. That's very holistic health inspired. And adequate restful sleep. And something like that.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
As opposed to, taking a sleeper, taking an upper, taking an aspirin, but you need it out. You think you have a headache, you don't want to talk yourself out of it, that kind of thing.
Well,
Sounds like a good one.
talking about aspirins, no, I was going to say that Claudine and I, our videotaper here today, and I do a lot of work together. And one of the things we share in doing is going to the conference room every month, every week, I guess it is, for when doctors give lectures. And what I like to do there is videotape that program, put that on not only on Channel 3, but I also make a copy and put it in, and give it to the library, our own public library here, so that people can go and take that out, and then watch it again.
I was wondering if maybe we need more advertising of what's happening on Channel 3, more information. Ben writes a column, but it doesn't tell people when the shows are on.
Yes, it does. About once a month when he puts a program. After we get the schedule, then
But he doesn't say when they will be on.
No, that's right, he does.
And that may be, if there were like little public announcements or something about next week, or I don't know, really.
Where will we put the?
On Channel 3.
On Channel 3, oh, okay.
Some kind of information system for people.
Yes, Channel 3 runs, in between shows, they run these things on television,
Yeah.
which are a lot of times are outdated.
Right.
They tell you about what happened last week or something.
Yeah.
And but they don't keep that up to date.
Yeah, that would be very helpful.
Yeah.
Does Channel 3's programs appear anywhere other than in our weekly news?
You mean the schedules?
Yes.
Yeah, well, that's right. Now, the schedule comes out about the third of the month is when Robin finishes doing her schedule. And then it's also on the computer, if you're interested in computers. Right. So that's where I get my schedule. I get the schedule on that, I print it out, and I put it in our clubhouse. But who else sees it besides our own people?
Yes,
And I like to have a lot of other people see the schedule, and just how we're going to do that, I don't know. I'll bring that up at our meetings.
Yeah, it would be, because we just did a little show, and I get the schedule on the computer, but a lot of people don't.
Yeah.
So when it comes in, I have to call everyone and tell them when our show is going to be on,
Yeah.
Publicity, yes.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
And like even maybe a little ad about that you're going to appear at the Historical Society to speak.
Yeah, that would have been nice to have.
Yeah, I think that would be very
Well,
nice.
there was a nice ad in the newspaper, but apparently not enough people saw it.
Yeah,
Not everybody reads the paper either.
that's right.
So that we can't help. Anybody else? Yes, Clara?
You can go first.
You go first.
Ladies first, all right.
Gaston and Alphonse. I would like to know, does the video club have members who would take a request from residents to video something that is a special family thing?
No.
And
Family
pay for
things,
it.
family things, birthday parties and anniversary things, they're too personal. We like to have things that would be open to all the public rather than one family would be more interested. To do that, you have to hire a photographer to come in and do your program and give you the tape. I don't know if anybody else would be that interested in seeing that I had my 100th birthday or something like that, for instance. But we are not supposed to be doing birthdays and anniversaries, personal things, in other words. We do things that are open to the public. Yes.
Who's responsible for all these very beautiful things that come on Channel 3? The nature walks and the beautiful fishes and that sort of thing?
Yes, yes.
That was very beautiful.
Yeah, well, Mary App does a lot of that, and
She's the
but
one.
Jason Rubenstein has been
They're
doing
really
it.
very beautiful.
Jason Rubenstein has taken a camera down to the aquarium
Right.
on Long Beach.
Right.
And he
Beautiful.
set up his camera up in front of him, and he's got all these fish going around. He's got a
Really?
15-minute program there, and he's just got music in the background, doesn't talk, and so it's very soothing, very comforting.
Very soothing and very beautiful.
To sit there and watch that. And Mary, she put a camera in the front of the fish in our health center where we have the fish in there, and she took those pictures. So that's nice. But,
Well, some of those fishes, and I guess they're in tanks, were absolutely gorgeous.
yes, they're in tanks, all right. They gotta be in water. But yeah, they are nice. And they're
I
very
appreciate it.
pleasing to watch, right? Yes, they're very pleasing to watch. Yes. Claire?
I'd like to ask the end of my question, which I didn't make clear, I think. Is it possible for residents who are having a special family occasion to pay the expenses for having a video made of it, that the family could then treasure for the next 100 years?
Well, the family could, but like I say,
But you don't think they're going to?
I, for one, am really interested in doing programs that I can put on Channel 3. Channel 3, by the way, provides us with 2 cameras, and the Golden Range Foundation also provides us with 2 more cameras and tapes that we use to do the programs with. And really, our video club is set up to be doing things for Channel 3. So we
For
put on
Channel 3 specifically?
Yes.
Oh, now, what about the,
We can't, in other words, we can't be hired to do a birthday party or an anniversary party or something.
well, there might be something more significant than a birthday party,
Yeah, right.
or something that a family wanted to record. But I believe that Earl, who used to be in the news,
Yes.
has a private business
Well,
on
he's got
that.
a business doing it, that's fine.
And that would be a place that one could go to. However, how about the good lectures, the good health lectures that are given in the conference room regularly? Have they ever, any of them, been taped? I would think
They
that
are,
people
they are.
on Channel 3 would be interested in seeing those.
Oh, yes, no, Claudine and I do tapes of those programs quite often. And,
All of them, or just?
No, not all of them, but because there are some doctors that don't want to be videotaped.
I see.
Like, Dr. Hyder doesn't care to be videotaped, and Dr. Narain, I don't think he wants to be videotaped.
Narayan doesn't want to be videotaped. He's one of the best of the lectures.
Yeah, but still, if they don't want to be videotaped, we can't do it. We have to have permission to videotape any program for that matter, from the person doing it, yeah, right. No, we do video, and I still like to say, I put them on Channel 3, so does Claudine. But, and also I make a copy and put them in the library, so that sometimes people like to take something out on heart problems or whatever they are, whatever the lecture's about. But, so you can take them out of the library, take them home and watch them. Yeah, we do that quite often. I don't think it's something that the Historical Society would be interested in putting into their files, because they don't actually get outdated, because problems are ongoing, if not with one person then another, but anyway, yes, we do that quite often, oh, yes. But, as a matter of fact, we get a schedule from the Ann Schultz, she's the, she runs the, she does a lot of the, whatever happens in the health center, she's the one responsible for it. She's the head of that. But anyway, she puts out a schedule for us to be,
Could you tell us a little more specifically about the formal organization itself as to your election of officers? Do you have any overall meetings where you talk through your plans and what you want to do together, or is that even necessary?
oh, yeah, well, every year we have our Christmas party. And then that's a Christmas party, that's the end of the year. We talk about who's going to be the president and vice president and so on for the next year. And we change about every 2 years, we change people. Right now we have Bob Slater is our president, Mary Apps is our vice president, I am the treasurer of the company. What?
Claudine is vice president.
Claudia, oh, excuse me, see that? They got away from me. I told you to change every year, and I can't keep track of it. But anyway, right, Claudia. So, anyway, yes, we do choose our officers, and we do have meetings every fourth Thursday of the month in our clubhouse. And, yeah, we do have organization, sure we do.
And what kind of planning is done within that formal framework? You just say to you, go ahead and let you do what you want to.
Well, we all do what we want to take, that's true. But we do have other little plans, like our Christmas party that we're planning. That has to be planned by quite a few people. And no, certain things that have to be done in groups, you know. And so, no, club meetings go as most of them do. They plan a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Do you want to add something, Kate? Do you want to say it? Do you want to come up here and join me? No. Kate Pedigo is our past president also of our Video Producers Club, and she's quite prominent in the leisure world and does a lot of things. And did you want to say something, add something to our little meeting here?
Well, we mostly confine our activities to things that are happening in leisure world. But if we have something else that's really outstanding, why, we can submit it. And if Robin accepts it, then why, we're on the air. I've done some videotaping on the Lane Victory, the ship that's, it's all by volunteers. It's a very fine merchant marine ship. And I do some of my travels, and I'm going to recopy the videotapes that I did many years ago, I think in '82, about the story of my life. Videotapes only are good about 20 years, I've been told. So I'm going to recopy mine and probably submit copies to the Historical Society. The Historical Society has 3 of my books now. And it's a fine organization, just like the Video Producers, but we have different aims.
Right.
Will Channel 3 show any of these that you were just talking about, like Story of Your Life?
There's a possibility.
They are books that she's written.
I think it would be great to have more of those. And I think it would be good if we had more on their programs in the way of explanation of what's going on with the council. We get a lot of videos of council meetings, but we don't get a whole lot of explanation of what's happening and why.
I don't think that would be possible.
It wouldn't be possible. I see.
Because it would be just one person's opinion.
Well, but we do get the council meetings. They videotape
But you have to
those.
make your own opinion.
Well, I'm not interested in people's opinions, but what they're doing, what they're trying to do. They have this big Boeing project now, and they're doing a lot of decision-making. And some of those things don't emerge clearly at all in the council meetings because we don't have enough background. We don't need opinions. We have our own opinions if we understand what's going on.
Well, what I mean is, if a person tries to explain it, it will be that person's own opinion of what's going on.
You mean they don't, any of them, understand the general picture of the whole business?
Don't you write stories? And your stories come from you.
No, not if it's something which is official, like a big building project and all the things that are included in that, with the extra noise, the extra dirt in the air, and so on.
Still, it would be that person's ideas, the way they receive the information, if somebody writes it.
Well, I think all the viewers could supply that part of it.
I can well understand why you don't want to undertake and shouldn't undertake what goes on with city council. But would you consider a program maybe about the possible impact of the Boeing project on Leisure World
That's still someone's
as a
opinion.
special piece?
I think that could be could be
Both
worked out.
sides of the opinion.
Who would do the research on that? That's a big project for Boeing. I just wonder, just the producers do the research on it.
That would be a big project, but
It's a big one.
we'd have to wait until things get into progress before we could do anything on it.
For the impact that it'll have on Leisure World.
Okay, I think that we've covered enough area here, and I sure thank the Historical Society for asking me to be here, and thank you very much.
And Irving, thank you very much for enlightening us to the wide variety of events and things that your club has been able to undertake. You can't do everything, but you certainly are prolific in the output that you have. And for the Historical Society, the perpetuation of these experiences in our archives is invaluable, and the club certainly appreciates that. Thank you again. The next meeting will be on